Hi, this is Tony T. Yeah, I'd like to show you a project that I've been working on for a bit. It's called xrtoy, and what it is a virtual reality live coding environment. So as you can see, I'm here in virtual reality. I have this very simple wireframe room, but the purpose of this is to allow me to make changes to my environment in real time using a scripting language called Lua, and see those changes reflected into the world in real time. So there's no recompiling C code. You don't have to take off your headset and sort of switch modes between, working on a desktop and working in VR. You could just stay in VR. So let's go through a quick example. So over here we have our main interface to the system, which is kind of retro, but it's basically a terminal. So I've got here a bash shell that's running. So just to sort of show that it's a real bash shell, I'll go ahead and run neofetch, which is a program that prints out information about the system that you're running on. But the main purpose of having this shell here is to edit the Lua code. So let's go ahead and cd into the xrtoy directory and then launch the editor of your choice. In my case, it's Emacs. So let's take a quick look at the main program. So this is Lua code. There's a startup function that gets called as soon as the script is loaded, and then every frame a process, and then also a draw function gets called. So in this example, what we're doing is we're reading the position and orientation of the hand controllers and then displaying them in real time just through the use of lines. The red and green and blue axes are the X, Y, and Z axes, and that white line there is just sort of the velocity of the hand controllers. So let's take a quick look at this code. So here we are creating colors and axes, and then here's some code that uses the get action position, get action orientation, and velocity. And then later on, checks to see if they're valid. And if they're valid, we go ahead and use the draw line function to draw each hand controller. Simple as that. Let's take a look at a more complex example. So I'm currently running this module called NodeBox, which allows you to use your hand controllers to create these boxes in the environment around you. And then as your hand controller passes through a box, it gets highlighted and changes color to white. That means I could use my hand controller to grab it and sort of rotate it in the world. So very simplistic example, but let's make a small change to this code and see it reflected in the environment. So let's go back to the editor. Okay, let's go ahead and load that module up, which is called NodeBox. And let's just go to the draw function. So here's an example where for each node or each box, we check to see if it's highlighted or not. And if it's highlighted, then we choose white, otherwise we choose green. So let's go ahead and change that from white to, let's say, red. And then let's go up here and define a new variable for red. And it's red, green, blue, and the alpha color. And then to reload, I have a special keyboard button that I could press. And the code is now, code was now reloaded, but as you see, the sky turned red. That means there's an error. So let's take a look here. It says line 115, too many arguments. So let's go down here. Let's see, let's go to line 115. Okay, so I used color should be vec4s, not vec3s. So let's go ahead and rerun the code. And then we're back now. Let's take a look. I can create some boxes. And as you can see, as my hand controller passes through, it turns red instead of white. So that's just sort of a quick example of what you can do in live coding in VR. And also just to show off that this is a real terminal, you do a get status. And you can see that I've modified the node box code. So let's go ahead and sort of revert that back. And let's go reload the code, and and you can see the color is back to white. Well, anyway, that's just a quick demo of this side project that I've been working on called xrtoy. Let me know what you think in the comments. Cheers. Talk to you later.